Obviously, I have to ask you about the whole Deontay Wilder situation. I'm sure some
Yeah.
people are probably going to be mad at me if I don't ask every single question that they're dying to hear answers to. But I did have just a couple questions regarding that. The $50 million offer, you kind of addressed it out there, how it was part of a much bigger interview and people are taking
it's
it
like,
out of
okay,
context.
imagine like this interview now, you take a 30-second clip and you sum up the whole interview. And it's like, you can't do that. You can't just take a quote from an hour interview and say, oh, well, he said that and that's what it is. What about the part before and what about the part after? There's always two sides to a coin. So ultimately, $50 million, I don't like to talk about finance, but it's a lot of money. It's a hell of a lot of money. So with that being said, I was just like, show me the money. But unfortunately that didn't come through, or show me the general offer. So with the money comes an offer. This is what you have to do for that 50 million. So I was waiting for an offer, and things just take a long time with certain people. They're not punctual. And with the belts, each belt has an individual governing body. And there's 4 belts there, so there's 4 governing bodies. And they all have a ranking system. And the number 1 of the WBA, I have a time frame. March 31st, I fought Parker, and 3 months after that, I have to schedule my next fight. And where Wilder wasn't scheduled, I have to fight my mandatory challenger. And that's why the fight didn't happen, because the negotiations weren't signed and sealed in time. And if I want more time, I have to give up my belt, because they're saying that. We say, give me more time. What they say is the fight signed? Oh, we're working on it. They're a governing body and a corporation that need to run their business. So I followed my rules and I decided to fight Povetkin because I want to hold on to my belt.
I know Eddie has said this time and time again that you guys are in constant communication about everything that's going on. And actually, contrary to popular belief, Eddie Hearn is a distinctly separate person than Anthony Joshua. They do and can exist in the same room at the same time. Yeah. But I'm sure he was telling you everything that was going on with every step of the way. What were you kind of thinking when you saw Deontay jump on social media and make comments and just get like real nasty?
You gotta know like people's characters. Like, as I said, after I fought Klitschko, he was at my fight working, and was like, man, this is unbelievable. I need to be doing this in the States. I need fights like this. I really respect what these guys have done for boxing. And then after you know, I fought a week after him, or a week before. So when he fought, remember that was like all this time, like I fight every 3 months or something like that. So after that, I was fighting Takam, and then he was like saying, started calling me out. I want to fight Joshua. I said, Eddie, has he been in touch with you about me fighting? Because it was only last week he was saying that how amazing it is, and he wants to do this in the States. So he said, no. But I said, well, let's get in touch then and see if this is real. And we've been in negotiations since the Takam fight. So as I said, like, it's been a lot of talking and back and forth, but sooner or later, it has to come home, and that's why we booked the date. It's a lot of pressure because I've booked 2 dates in, not to overlook anyone, but to solidify my position and say, this is where I'm trying to go and this is what I'm trying to achieve. September, win. April 13th, you have the undisputed championship of the world already in place, lined up. People are talking about it. You know, sign the contract, the ink dries. Wilder signed the contract, the ink dries. We put that away, and there's no more talking. So my view on it, that's why I set it up now, is because I don't want to get to a stage now where we wait till January next year and it's like, all right, let's get the talk started with Wilder. And it's another situation where 3 months pass and no fights organised. So I've planned ahead, and it should be done. He's got more than enough time to make up his mind.
Does that kind of turn you off a little bit when you're dealing with an opponent who can be that disrespectful? Does it make you kind of say, do I really want to do business with this guy?
It's never personal. Never personal. It's business. Everyone just deals with it differently. So, you know, we can make bread together, but I'm gonna knock you out. This is what the job we're in, isn't it? We do business, but ultimately I want your blood. So it's never personal, it's just business, but it's just how we operate in our division is we fight it out and we shake hands after.
I asked Eddie earlier on, and he basically told me that there's no starting over from scratch. The offer is the offer.
Yeah, you agreed the offer. Certain points you didn't agree, and we looked and we've added them in and we've taken other ones out. but the offer was the offer and you've agreed. Why now you want more all of a sudden? So that's another issue. So do you know what I mean? Is it a payday? Like, is it someone wants just a financial boost? Go to the bank and get a loan. Pay it off when you fight me. Do you know what I mean? It's like, just be realistic. Stop talking about money because there's enough of it on the table for everyone to eat. Let's focus on getting this fight made. Because providing you win, if you want to go to the land of the rags and the riches and all that stuff, you're one fight away from it. Providing that you get in the ring and fight.
I know there's been some rumblings that you guys have had communications behind the scenes. Was it just text messages, DMs and stuff like that?
No, just an email.
Oh, really? Can you reveal? I mean, you don't have to tell me exactly what was said.
Do you know what it is?
Just
DMs as well. Do you know what it is with him? I do more listening. I don't talk much. He don't understand our setup and how we operate. So he was trying to talk on my situation. You need to do this, and this is who you need to speak to. Why are you trusting him? And to explain to someone who thinks they already know something is wasting my time. So I just kind of said, we have our ways of operating and dealing with business, and you have yours. Hopefully we can meet in the middle and get this fight made. No, I don't send like paragraph when I already know someone's mindset. It's just wasting my time. So I just said that, look, we have our way of dealing with business and you have yours, and let's meet in the middle to get this fight made.
If you guys were in the same room together,
yeah.
Obviously there's no tension, there's no, if you could just say one thing to him to make the fight a reality, what do you think you'd say?
I'll give him my pen and say, sign the contract. It's true.
As easy as that?
Yeah, it's not. Listen, as I said, it's not difficult to make a fight. It's difficult to make a fight when you don't want to fight, but it's not difficult to make a fight when you really want to fight. So, as I said, I always said, I've dealt with champion when I first had a chance to fight for the title. I've dealt with world title challengers, and I've dealt with current champions. I've dealt with legendary champions, in terms of negotiating fights, I'm saying. Not fighting, just negotiating fight. So why is this situation shouldn't be any more difficult? It's the same principle, same ring, same one referee, opponent in the other corner, 5 of your team members in each corner, and then a stadium and a broadcaster to show it to the world. It shouldn't be difficult. So that's why I say I'll just offer the pen and say, why don't you sign the contract? Because it has your name on it, maybe a different date and location, but it's very similar to the rest of the champions I've faced, and they were all happy. So why is it different with you? That's all.